Vengeful, Voracious Vampires. Vampires, 1998. John Carpenter's Vampires here, if they're known by another name, of course, but I'm going with Valak here. Jan Valak, the head vampire, if you want to call him, the Count Dracula of this film, basically. This guy is so ferocious and vengeful. He's out for a mission. He will accomplish it, and he's ferocious. You get in his way, he will eat you alive. This motherfucker takes bullets. He'll kill, oh man, he puts his arm through one dude, kills him, and then kills someone else with that same arm. It's crazy kills here, splits a guy in half. Very vengeful if you get on his bad side, and ferocious if you run into him. Let me in, 2010, Abby here. You wouldn't think a child vampire would be ferocious or vengeful in any way, but this one is. This Abby is just so on another level when it comes to vampires. She's really incognito. You don't know what she is, and when she comes out, she's ferocious. When she wants to eat or she's hungry, she will just go for you. She's vengeful as well. Don't mess with her best friend or her lover. She will get you with that ferocious vampire style. Interview with the Vampire, 1994. You gotta go with Lestat here. Lestat is just, played by Tom Cruise, this vampire here. Wow, that introduces Brad Pitt to the world of vampires and makes him a vampire. This guy Lestat, though, man, don't want to cross him. He's vengeful. If you fuck him over, he's coming for you no matter what. Doesn't matter what he looks like or what he ends up at. Check this movie out. You gotta see what happens here. You don't want to mess with this vengeful, ferocious at that vampire. He's taking all victims ferociously, and he doesn't care who you are. Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992. Count Dracula. Yes, Gary Oldman does it no better with the vengeful, ferocious vampire here, and Count Dracula. He's vengeful, out for his mistress, his love of his life that he lost. He wants to bring her back and relive this here in today's world, and Count Dracula will have that, and he is so ferocious. Anyone who gets in his way or doesn't get in the way, he has to use to further his purpose, he will use, and this ferocious vampire is one of a kind. Vlad the Ferocious. Salem's Lot, 1979. We're going Kurt Barlow. Kurt Barlow is just so vengeful. You mess with his master, you mess with his people that protect Barlow, his friends basically, will come into the home and kill your parents, and that's what he does here. It's a young Mark Petrie, kills his parents. That is both vengeful and it's ferocious at the same time, because he just comes in and clears house. If you mess with him, you cross him. You don't cross this vampire, Kurt Barlow, or you will end up in a meat grinder. The Lost Boys, 1987. I gotta go David. David here, Kiefer Sutherland, but David is one of the worst, vengeful vampires you're gonna find. You mess with his crew and his friends and his homies, he's coming to your house late night. He's coming to rip your throat out. That's guaranteed. Not even to turn you into a vampire. He just wants to rip your throat out when you eventually cross him, and he's ferocious in doing so. Anything he does, especially eating and finding his prey or messing around, he's ferocious of a vampire. He is memorable too. Oh, David. Vengeful, ferocious vampire.